All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Friday, January 17th, set by Picaroon. Let's see what Picaroon has for us. Politician chats about Parliament and means to maintain warmth. All right, is the definition means to maintain warmth? Or is that part of the wordplay? I'm thinking it might be a politician, but they would have a very long first name and a very short last name. Yeah, maybe it is. What is some heater 10.5? Uh, and then wordplay would be chats about Parliament, definitely. So something for chats that would go about is Parliament HP, as in the sauce. I have my little cough anyway, but whenever I think of HP sauce, it always makes me want to cough. I don't know why that is. Anyway, or it could be a diet. I think that's a parliament. Could be the Irish Doyle. No, let's try the downs. They're often inside gold bars smelted around India. All right, I think we're going to smelt our anagram gold bars plus an I for India. And then the definition would be they're often inside. I'm looking for some common word ending. I think it must end in S because it says there. Um, we've got some letters that don't really go well together, G and B. Um, Yeah, is it prisoners of some kind? All right, I'm gonna try the anagram helper despite not having any of the letters. Oh, I hit my caps lock by mistake. There we go. Gold bars I. Um, they are often inside traders, gondoliers. Ooh, bird something. No, gorilla. No. Yeah, I'm just not seeing this anagram. Yeah, I probably should have put the S at the end before I tried this. No, I'm thinking it must be some funny word. But anyway, it may turn out to be a very obvious one. Demanding one gets hosted by guy who's had a sex change. Question mark. So there's something funny going on here. All right, so I think it's maybe demanding is the definition. One, I think will be I, that gets hosted by, put inside a word for a guy who's had a sex change, but yeah, I think it's not going to be the obvious sort of word for that. Uh, and then what's demanding? No. Everton's inverted wingers love stopping West Brom's innovative sweeper. Wow. Well, I'm thinking Everton's wingers would be the E and the N, so maybe inverted means re- we reverse those, and then love could be O, so maybe it's like neo something, but then stopping west sounds like goes inside of W. Oh, maybe Brom's innovative is an anagram of Brom, and it's going to be a sweeper. Oh, something. Oh, I think it's a new broom. Ah, yes, there we do have Everton's inverted wingers. And, oh, yeah. So actually, we just then have West Brom with the Love stopping it or going inside it. And so an innovative sweeper, I suppose, in the expression, a new broom. All right. All right. A thrush biting insect with its head down. Oh, I think it might be an insect where we take a name of an insect and move its first letter downwards, and it's a thrush, but where's the biting? The biting part is confusing me. No, don't see it. Even more cash to fork out daily, rush to limited. No. Guide serving American introduces biblical region. I think it may be a biblical region, but guide serving American introduces. No, Steinbeck, not content. All right, I'm wondering if we take the content out of Steinbeck to just get SK. I would argue, yes, to show place of poor Americans. So SK, and then I would argue is I'd row, but that makes Skid Row an American, I suppose, term. I don't know, where's the original Skid Row? New York, maybe? A silhouette of svelte, sometimes fancy fellow in U.S. saloon. Wow, there's a lot going on there. Can the silhouette of a word be its outer letters, I'm wondering? So SE, or is that silhouette the definition? Sometimes fancy fellow. Well, fellow can be F. In US saloon, don't see that. All right, back to the crosses. We do have a couple of letters now for our politicians. R means to maintain. Oh, maintain warmth. Yeah, I was thinking of a heater, but actually maintain warmth, I think, is more likely to be clothing. Terminal underwear, maybe. Something, yeah, not scarf, gloves, hat. Well, maybe it is something vests. I mean, means is a plural word, even when it's singular, but maybe it is more than one. So maybe with all those S's in 8 down, maybe, yeah, maybe one across ends in S, but I don't see it. All right. Oh, Amerindians from the East observed life inhaling joint. Well, inhaling joint seems like wordplay, that we're going to put a word for a joint inside something. Yeah, observed life. I'm wondering if that could be saw something going backwards. And so I'm thinking this might be Amerindians. It might be a tribe, a native tribe of the US. Yeah, I'm thinking like Kickawas or oh, I'm sure I know. But then what's so saw, and then what's life? And then we somehow have to fit a joint in there too. Well, hip sometimes comes along. Chippewa, I think, might be a tribe. Uh, Not sure about that. Picked up, ring for starters, getting married. Well, picked up can be a homophone indicator, or it could be a word. Well, I was going to say word for picked reversed, but this isn't a cross clue. A ring might be an O, but also ring for starters might be an S. Maybe the definition is getting married, wedding, uniting, picked up. No, extra purchase picked up. Ah, all right. I think this is picked up as a homophone, which I think means in the previous one it's not a homophone. And I think this relies on knowledge of cricket, of which I have very little, but I know there's something called a bye. I think if the ball is thrown outside of the wicket area, it's called a bye, and the batting team gets an extra run. And I think is it spelled BYE? Because purchase, I think, is by BUY. Although I would have thought that a buy in cricket was just BY. Let me pause and look that up. I'm also going to look up Skid Row. I'm curious. All right, well, first of all, I'm not quite right on the cricket. What I was describing, if the pitch, the ball, is outside, that's called a wide. It's when the wicketkeeper doesn't catch the ball or fumbles it, that is a bye. I suppose it gets by the wicketkeeper. But it is BYE, so that's good. And then Skid Row apparently was originally Skid Road and originated in the Pacific Northwest of the US. And then maybe Seattle might be the first place to have a Skid Row or Skid Road. All right, how about Guy flogging Clobber in Rundown Park near Hull, losing 1,000? Losing 1,000 seems like we lose one of the letters for 1,000, K, M, G. And so then Guy flogging. Oh, maybe Guy flogging is the definition, or is it Guy flogging clobber as in clothing? And so it's some kind of, yeah, I don't know, tailor or gentleman's outfitter or something like that. What's Rundown Park near Hull? Oh, could that be like the hull of a ship? No. Yeah, it's a shame. I have those two R's, but nothing is coming to me. Might it get you reduced fare in new train, do without other transport? Wow. Um, might it get you reduced fare? Now that I'm wondering if they're actually talking about reduced food, reduced fare, like a something diet. And then you train might be an anagram of train. Do, oh, without might be meaning going on the outside of some other transport. Um, yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I've have a feeling it has nothing to do with transport. Substitute heads in Super Winner above Pickford. Oh, well, there's the England goalkeeper, isn't there? Pickford, but probably nothing to do with him. Jordan, I want to say. There was Mary Pickford. It sounds like we're going to switch the head letter in Super Winner. No. I wonder if Pickford as a goalkeeper is number one. I think we've seen that before, NOI, but with that W, it doesn't seem. Oh, no, of course. I just looked again at what I have the W and thought substitute might be swap. And of course, it's the heads, the first letters of Super Winner above Pickford. All right. Like certain drinks, loudly ingested by drinker. I'm wondering if loudly might it's usually F for forte. Oh, it probably is that. Ah, yes, a drinker is a sot. And if you put the F inside it, you get soft drinks, which are usually not ingested by a sot. All right, stop people from seeing small erotic image. Um, which side is the definition? I suppose erotic image, maybe? Stop people from seeing. Oh no, maybe that's the definition. Stop people from seeing, and then maybe it's S plus a word for erotic image. I don't know what that's going to be. No. Where to seek romance? Blessing in disguise includes brief hint. So I'm thinking it is where to seek romance. Maybe blessing has to be anagrammed, and including brief hint might just be the H from hint. But what would be where to seek romance in two words? Something like dating apps or the personal ads. No. All right. Hard to move in embrace. That's unpleasant. Well, hard can be H, and I'm thinking embrace can be hug, and if you move the H within it, you end up with ugh, a sound you make if you're thinking that's unpleasant. Well, let's try some more downs. Let's look at the ones we've already looked at. I do now have my B. I think I'll wait for another letter or two. All right, let's try. Since getting hold of fashion label, swan around East End in denim headgear. That's a great clue. I'm thinking it might be headgear because I'm thinking since we need a word for since, well, which could be as maybe getting hold of fashion label. So as may go around. So, now, is it a generic term for a fashion label or a specific one? Swan around. Maybe an anagram of swan. East End and I don't think it's going to be denim headgear. I don't think you often see denim headgear, do you? Maybe you do. East End. Now, is that going to be a Cockney? We're going to drop an H. No. Does one's bit with urges to wear jewelry. All right, I think it might be does one's bit. Oh, which I mean, the first meaning I think of is to contribute, to play your part, do your bit. But I think if you do your bit, you can also be throwing a bit of a fit. But But I think it's going to be some phrase like something up or something in, at, on. Yeah, that could be a punches up. No, I think punches up has a different meaning. Punches in. No, I don't see it. Acting superior in station, drained by crime, runs away. Ooh. Since run can be R in cricket, runs away, I'm wondering if we have some crime in the wordplay and we remove the R's from it. And then I think acting superior would be the definition. Station drained might be SN. And then the crime, I think the crime would have to end in ING. But I don't know what that would be. All right. Wild supporter of Chelsea, say, taking against entertaining article. A wild supporter would be a fanatic. Yeah, so I think that's the definition, wild supporter. Chelsea would be a football club, FC. So Chelsea say, and that's taking against, is anti, and then anti in turn is entertaining the article a, so a bit of a turducken there. All right, chap who escaped, commotion in hotel, certainly heard in Paris. Ooh. I'm wondering if certainly heard in Paris could be a French language homophone. So what is certainly is bien sûr or évidemment or something like that. But I'm thinking that the definition might be chap who escaped, but I don't see it. All right, let's finish the downs today for a change. Learner admitted to poor grade on exam, exhibiting bloomers. So learner would be L, or it could be a tyro, but I'm thinking L, admitted to, yeah, something. And bloomers, of course, can be underwear, but can also be errors. Or can be flowers. I think more likely it's going to be flowers. Poor grade on exam. Well, poor grade could be an F, I suppose. Oh, yes. So I think the exam we've seen before is an oral. And with the F and the oral, they take in the learner to give floral. I suppose bloomers, floral. Reason for doing very little, crack and heroin. Well, heroin is often H, so I'm thinking maybe a four-letter crack. Oh yeah, a crack in something might be a slot. And then with the H you get sloth, reason, or sloth, is it? For reason for doing very little. All right. Some light parsley, oddly scrubbed and held in hands. It sounds like we're going to scrub the odd letters. Although then some sounds like a hidden clue. Um, yeah, partially the even letters are ASE and held in hands. Oh, all right. Actually, the definition is some light, I believe, and your hands are your left and your right. We have seen this before. So it's going to be L and then the ASE and then our right hand. All right. Okay, where did I leave off? I just want to look at that one again. Where to seek romance. Oh, a singles, not a singles bar, singles club, maybe? Ah, yeah, so I see that blessing would provide a lot of the letters for sing. Yeah, so I think we just need the CLU. Ah, yes, so a hint might be a clue, but it is brief. All right. City in the Americas. Well, surely Ontario. Ontario, oops, with the letters in that order, is oddly not a city in the Americas. I don't quite get that. Oddly, so I presume taking then the odd letters would be OTRO. Oh no, now I get it. So oddly not a means anagram not a, and then another city in the Americas is Rio. That's clever. All right, kind of frozen liquid, less cold, put into glasses. No. Faceless rock and roller, pens foreign article, and European novel. All right, I think it's going to be a European novel. Oh no, it's a novel. Yeah, I'm thinking Huckleberry. Yeah. The European at the end is the Finn. So Faceless Rock and Roller, is Chuck Berry without his C at the start, without his facing letter. And he pens or goes around le, which is a French article. And then our European, that's clever. I like that. Is there a theme with our Huckleberry Finn and now our other name up here? I don't think so. All right, we've looked at everything now. This one now is interesting, ending in a B. Yeah, I'm going to pause and think about what letters might come between the O and the B. Well, I think it ends in comb, and I think the swan is a cob, and that goes around the east end in denim is the last letter in denim. So that's the ending. So then the first part, for first five letters would be since getting hold of fashion label. And so I think it might be as, but I'm just not thinking of a headgear that ends in comb. Yeah, maybe it's something up to the minute fashion wise that I haven't kept up with, or maybe I'm thinking more likely it's something archaic. Um, I'll leave it for now. I won't look up word plays, but I will see if this A might be here. Might it get you reduced fare? Oh, of course, it could be some kind of card that does get you a reduced fare. Oh, there's that. Is it Oyster card you have in London? Do without other transport. Oh, which I do like. The car might be the other transport that would have other stuff going around it. Ah, in fact, train do is 7 letters plus car. Yeah, I like that. Um, so then I have left over, well, I have the O in place, but then also train. Uh, what is that going to be? Let me pause and work that out. Ah, of course, it's a ration card. So that's clever. All right, so, I suppose, is it coxcomb? I thought that was COX, but I may be wrong. Since getting hold of fashion label. Oh, I think since is cause, sort of a slangy way to write it. And the fashion label, I think, is CK. I'll just make a note of that. We'll double check it, but I'm fairly sure. I'll go ahead and click the check this button. Yeah, that's it. All right, so if this does begin with S, SC is very possible. People. Stop people from seeing. So maybe like screen. Oh, maybe it's a screenshot. Ah, it is. It is. So, I think image is the definition, and stop people from seeing is to screen. Small is S, and erotic is hot. There we go. All right. Ooh, does one's bit. Oh, pitches in would be to do your bit in the nice way, helping, pitches in. Urges are itches, and they are wearing a pin. All right. Ah, so now I immediately see who is the chap who escaped. Was Houdini. All right, what's the wordplay? Commotion in hotel. Certainly heard. What's the. Oh, the commotion is din. Oh, and certainly is simply we. Her. It's not a homophone, but just you would hear people who agree saying yes, we, and that goes around the din. All right. And acting superior now must be snobbery. And of course, the runs away is robbery from the crime. And it's only one R is being removed. All right, but at least I was close. Now we're kind of frozen, liquid, less cold, put into glasses. Oh, I'm thinking the definition might be kind, and the answer is simply species. I think put into glasses are put into specs. Frozen liquid is ice. Less the C just gives us IE. All right, so the bottom half, I definitely picked up steam as I went along, but the top half is looking terrible. All right, let me try my anagram of gold bars I. They're often inside Oh, I think it's jailbirds in the old-fashioned spelling of jail with a G. There we go. I like that. All right. What now are means to maintain warmth? Oh, gansies and Irish jumpers. I'm just not seeing that. All right. Ooh, now my Amerindians from the east observed life. We saw life as bio recently, and I must admit, when I put that in the other day, I didn't quite get it, but now I realize if you write the life of somebody, you write their biography or their bio. So I'm wondering if, oh, and joint might simply be a J, I think from drug slang. I wonder if it could be Ojibwas. I don't think I know that tribe. Let me check it. It is right. Let me pause and look them up. Ah, well, the spelling that's given in Wikipedia is Ojibwe, or way with an E. But they're also known as the Chippewa, which I mentioned, so it's the same peoples. But yeah, Ojibwe. All right. It's always nice to work one out from the wordplay and then have it turn out to be the right answer, even if you don't know the word. Demanding. Oh, yeah, one gets hosted by Guy. Well, I think that's the one. By Guy who's had a sex change. So demanding, I think, is the definition. I'm wondering if it's going to be a something gent, like I don't know, are evident. Yeah, I don't see what that could be. Now our thrush biting insect with its head down. I don't even know another name for the. Maybe it's not the thrush bird. Maybe it's the thrush infection. No, I don't see it. Even more cash to fork out daily rush. Well, rush to limited sounds like wordplay, positioning a word for rush around to fork. Oh, fork out might be an anagram of fork, although that seems unlikely, but could be. Then I think the definition would be even more cash. No, don't see that. And here was our getting married. A ring could be like the noise a bell makes. I'm wondering about ding at the end. But it says ring for starters. Peel. Yeah, not seeing it. And here's our guy flogging clobber. Is run down an anagram of park, but then near Hull, losing 1,000. Yeah, maybe I need to know my geography a little better. Hmm. All right, I think I'm going to give in and go to wordplays.com and see if I can work out this means to maintain warmth. Ah, well, I It's a very tricksy definition, means to maintain warmth, not intentionally, but greenhouse gases. And so the politician chats is green gases, and that goes around the house, would be parliament. Yeah, very tricky one. All right, so demanding, well, evidence still fits, but oh, I think there's a word, and to be honest, I would not have been able to define it for you, but exigent. But I think it's exgent is a guy who's had a sex change and he's going around the I for one. Let's check that. Yeah, not a word I've seen, but I was not familiar with. All right, now our thrush biting insect with its head down. Yeah, don't get that. And our even more cash begins with an S. Oh, a surplus of some kind, or no, our guide serving American introduces, oh, well, I was going to say Galilee, but that's seven, I think. But yeah, don't see it. Oh dear, I really thought getting one across from wordplays.com would break this open, but not really. Silhouette of svelte, sometimes fancy fellow in U.S. saloon. I mean, when you see so many words like that, you think, oh, maybe it's like the first letter of all of them or the last letter, but I'm not seeing anything useful. Wondering something like shade. Oh, now if Tenacross is an ing, silhouette, sight. Yeah, I don't see that at all. If it was wedding in Tenacross, Gideon, no, I think he was a person, right? No, and then our guy flogging clobber. No, I think I'm going to look up Wikipedia for thrush and just see if there's a member of the thrush family that might fit here, or the infection. No, I didn't see it on the Wikipedia page. Maybe it was there, but I did have to go to Wordplays, and I see there is a bird called an ouzel, and so it's the louse is the insect, and its L moves all the way to the bottom. The only thing I'm not, yeah, that biting part, yeah, I think it's just there for the surface of the clue to link the thrush to the insect. But I find that if I'm reading it correctly, which I probably am not. Anyway, we'll see what they say at 15 squared if anyone complains about it. All right, here's our guy flogging. Yeah, maybe it is a person um, wielding a whip. And so then we put clobber in a rundown park near Hull, losing 1,000. Roller, no, oh, it's 5 letter in the first one. So yeah, what is that going to? Oh, Ralph Lauren. Lauren, I should say. Probably not his real name. Anyway, could it be him? He's a guy flogging clobber. In Rundown, park near Hull. Well, let me go ahead and check this. It is right, but why, I have no idea. All right. Ooh, so now our silhouette, I can't think of any SGN words. What is a US saloon? Is that the definition? Yeah, I do not see that at all. So I'm thinking 10 across is not an ing. Yep. How about my biblical region? Yeah, let me pause and think about that. Oh, I should know it from The Handmaid's Tale, but it was Gilead. And so a serving American is a GI. That's clever. Which introduces a word for guide, which is lead. And that gives us our biblical region. All right, so this isn't wedding. Could it be welding? I don't know. Um, but 5 down now. That H is interesting. Something horse. Even more. Oh, or something. Oh, a surcharge would be even more cash to fork out, I think. Um, I think a rush might be a surge, which limits it. Yeah, I don't quite get that, but I'm fairly confident it's right. All right, picked up. Ring for starter. Maybe that's then the R. Getting married. Ah, yeah, I think if something picked up, maybe your health, you rallied, and it's ring for starters is the R, and if married, you're allied. All right. Ah, a US saloon car. Ah, that's clever. Of course, I'm just completely thinking about a Wild West saloon, but a sedan in the United States. All right. Ah, the silhouette of svelte are the outer letters of svelte, the S and the E, and the sometimes fancy fellow is Dapper Dan, I think. I'm a Dapper Dan man. What film is that? All right, well, that was a tough but fair one today, I thought. Maybe one or two I had quibbles with, but certainly better than the last 2 days, which were just dreadfully hard, I mean. Very clever, but just a slog. Anyway, let's check all. Everything else still there. All right, let's head on over to 15 squared. All right, the blog today is by Peter O. Envelopes left and right, up and down, even paired. Not the easiest, but it is the end of the week and another gem from Picaroon. All right, so yeah, so an envelope, one word going around another. I think I followed. Yeah, so he also quibbles with means to maintain warmth as the definition. Sounds more appreciative than when hopes is intended. Yeah. And he also points out Wikipedia plumps for Ojibwe with an E, not to mention Chippewa. Yeah. Cricket, lovely cricket. I think Peter O might be being a little sarcastic there. So 12 was an anagram of Park near Hull minus the K. Oh, simple as that. Ah, yeah, I definitely should have worked that out. All right. Charade, envelope. I think I got all of the other acrosses. Then on the downs, louse. Oh, it's a biting. Ah, so biting is important there. Biting insect with the L. Um, all right, I will accept that. And then, oh, a daily, of course, is a char. Ah, yes, very old-fashioned term. But uh, daily has surge going around the char. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And a coxcomb, CK, and cause informal plus comb of, yeah, cob going around the M. Yeah, and another double envelope. Yeah, he's right. There were an awful lot of envelopes. I hadn't noticed that. Some fun constructions. Fancy Dan. Oh, so not Dapper Dan, but just a fancy Dan. Uh, yeah, I don't think it's only in Marvel Comics. I think Fancy Dan, maybe that's where it originated. Very tough, almost seemed impenetrable. Michelle is our newer solver, but she persevered and was able to finish it. Well done. Anyway, isn't the novel called The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn? No, I suppose that's true, but oh, and Peter, were you being sarcastic when you said cricket, lovely cricket? Let's see if Peter has replied to that. Doesn't look like he has. Anyway, I won't waste any more of your time, but thank you for sticking with me through this slog. Anyway, thanks as always for watching and have a great day.